Good morning, church, and welcome to our cooking segment of today's worship. I'm joined by Maggie, who will be my sous chef. We're making Hamantaschen today. Hamantaschen means Haman's pockets, and it is a traditional European Jewish recipe to celebrate Purim. And I make them every year as a way to remind us of the story of Esther and Mordecai and how they were able to save the Jewish population. It's a yummy tart, and I think you'd enjoy making them and even more eating them. They're not very hard to make, and I'll show you how. So you begin with 2 sticks of butter and a cup of sugar and half a cup of brown sugar. And you can just cream these together. Traditional Hamantaschen recipes would not usually have butter. They would usually use oil. Many modern ones use shortening or margarine. And the reason for that is to keep it all kosher when having a large meaty dish like you would have for Purim. Of course, Jewish people can have butter, but you can't mix the dairy with the meat. Not having to keep kosher, butter's delicious, so that's what we eat. All right, so we have that. And we add an egg, some vanilla, 1 teaspoon. Martha says your very best vanilla. I never quite know where your worst vanilla is supposed to go. Maybe chocolate chip cookies, you know, mostly in it for the brown sugar and the butter, right? I like to add a 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract. I like almond, and I think they suit the cookie very well. It does smell good, yes. It makes the kitchen smell wonderful. Got a little bit of almond and vanilla. Okay. In good shape here. Now for our dry ingredients, we have 3 cups of all-purpose flour. And we will add to that a teaspoon and a half of baking powder. And a teaspoon of salt. Stir that together. Our batter.
Pour half at a time.
Yeah, half at a time I think works pretty well. I think that's good advice, Maggie. I think this can all be done pretty easily by hand. I don't think you really need an electric mixer for this one. It will be a fairly dry dough. And when you have everything all mixed up and ready to go, then you can put it in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours. You'll get a dough that looks like this. So we have our dough after it's been in the refrigerator. We then cut the dough into thirds. Thank you, Maggie. Yeah, we can put that back in the refrigerator if you'd like to wrap that up, Maggie. And we'll go one at a time here. Dough will be pretty stiff, but you can work at it. Like any other cookie recipe, it's usually easier if the dough is cold, a little easier to shape. When you have everything as you want it, you can grab a biscuit cutter or even a juice glass would work fine. And out of that third, I usually get 6 cookies, 6 circles, and then I usually roll up what's left for another 2. I don't like to roll a dough any more than that. It starts to get tough.
You can make brown sugar cookies after that.
Yes, absolutely, Maggie. Yeah, waste not, want not. You could make brown sugar cookies out of the rest. All right, now with these circles in place, you just have a regular cookie sheet or baking pan with parchment paper, and traditionally apricot jam, raspberry jam, also poppy paste is used, which you can find at many grocery stores if you really like the taste of that. And then you put in I would say a heaping teaspoon of jam in the middle of your circle.
I like your raspberry.
You like the raspberry better, Maggie? All right, we'll make some raspberry ones for Maggie. Maggie, do you remember how to fold the cookie?
Yes.
All right, you want to demonstrate?
Sure.
So you're making triangles.
First you fold the bottom up like this. Then you fold the side in like this, and then the other side. You pinch the top, and then pinch the sides, and you should get this.
And as you get better at it, you can do it kind of all at once, pinching so you get that triangle shape. Some like to have larger windows than others. The idea here from tradition is that the Mordecai and Esther at the end win the day for the Jewish people, and they receive all of the gems and jewels and shiny objects and everything that Haman, the wicked servant who was trying to eliminate the Jewish population, had to fork over to the Jews who had survived. So when we have all of this set, you can put it in the refrigerator or freezer for a few minutes to try to keep the shape. If you think you're pretty confident about your work, then you can pop it in the oven at 375. I will put it in the oven at church. And I happen to have some that are done now. And you can see here, they're very pretty and shiny and very tasty, right, Maggie?
How long do you bake them for?
So you bake them for about 11 minutes. and you can check and make sure that they're done on the bottom. You can let them sit in the pan for a minute, and then put them on a wire rack to cool the rest of the way. So it's a wonderful tradition and a great way to remember Queen Esther, who was very brave, and her cousin Mordecai for his wonderful work living in the Persian Empire and facing so many challenges, but being able to overcome them in a way that I pray that all of us can overcome this very challenging time. And it is wonderful to gather together in any way that we can and make each other some treats and really enjoy the day. I hope that you enjoyed our cooking segment of worship, and I pray that I'll see you soon. God bless.